Welcome to our double points finale here in the Philippines, where Ash Cornwell is on pole from Christian Bentley and Antonio Ponce. Drago starts fourth from Million Brules, and Scar in 7th place. We've got Grease's Cosmas Medicis from the points leader Ryan Gerson and Claire DeLune. Casper LeBeau is 10th from Moises Lima and Nick Haymaker. Then it's Juan Villalobos, Thomas Holtz, Gabriela Barton, and Nora in 16th place. Tommy down in 17th here in the Philippines from Ica World, Spiker, Magic, Treehouse War, and External. And just like that, 9 prior races of competition have all come down to this. Over half the field in contention. All 5 lights go on. Let's go crown us a champion in Manila, and it's a great getaway from Ash Cornwell from pole. We're on board with one of the ambitions as they barrel down into turn one. A good move, good lunge there from Antonio Ponce in the number 14, 2311 car to get past Christian Bentley. But coming through turn number 3, the 19, for Trackhouse Racing, going alongside not just with Ponce but with his teammate for the race lead as they barrel down into the slower part of this opening sector. Christian Bentley for Trackhouse Racing leads on lap 1 of 12, but his teammate, who could see a championship right in front of him, he goes side by side. In fact, both of these Trackhouse men in cahoots for the championship. It's 50 points for the race win today. Cornwell leading from Christian Bentley and Million Brules, who's having the best race of his career so far in the FG Series, driving for Revolution Racing. Casper LeBeau down in 11th place for the reigning series champion. He moves up into 10th, and his teammate, the points leader Ryan Burton in the 6th car, only 8th. The 2 Goodhart cars who were leading the points coming into this race, 1 and 2, they now see themselves outside of the top 6, as here comes Christian Bentley on the back of Ash Cornwell as Ponce and Brules go side by side through the W section. And Bentley not able to make the pass just yet. Nora's got a time penalty, and yellow flags are flying down in that W section. Might have been a little spin, maybe a slide off track, but it doesn't seem like anyone's gotten too much damage as we head on to lap 2 of 12. Ash Cornwell leads this race. He's got his teammate behind him. In this position, he would become the first British driver to win an FG Series championship, the first British driver to win an ERL Series championship since season 21. That was when UK Ball took his 2nd championship in Formula E, Power Motorsports' 1st championship as well. Million Brules for Revolution Racing in the number 12 car, one of the best qualifying performances of his career, and now he finds himself up in the top 5. Honestly, doing a very good job so far. Cosmas Medicis driving for Monster Energy Power Motorsport on the back of his teammate. They run 6th and 7th. Meanwhile, the 2 Trackhouse drivers holding on to that 1-2 as attack mode is online as they come down one of the longest straights on the calendar, if not the single longest. Here comes Bentley side by side, and now, before they reach the breaking point, the 19 has cleared the 20. This might as well be the title battle. Because of the double points, they see themselves clearing the 2 Goodharts as Burton drops down to 9th. Casper is down to 12th. No soft tires on Casper LeBeau's car, and the mediums for Ryan Burton, they are not doing too good in terms of the overall strategy, pace, whatever you want to put it, for that team. Fastest lap for Claire DeLune, 1:32.466 as we begin lap 3. Cornwell still leads as Ponce dives down into pit lane. Star putting on the hard compound tires as well for Junior Motorsports. Moises Lima for Envision Racing, he dove down into pit lane as well. We've got 9 more laps to crown us a champion here in the 2nd FG Series season. Here comes Burton trying to take 3rd. He's got it if he can hold on to it. Trying to go around the outside of Cosmas Medicis. And Medicis, a tough customer. He stays with the Goodhart number 6. They stay side by side, in fact, as DeLune and Drago are doing the same behind. And Cosmas stays in front of the man who led the points coming into this race. Burton struggling with those mediums to get the pass done and dusted. In fact, it looks like Claire DeLune is looking for a way to get past the British-American driver. And that 10 Going side by side behind Cosmas. This is the fight for third, sorry. There goes the number 10. Moves up into third place. Burton trying to find a way to get past both drivers in front of him, but there's just not enough room for him to go through the middle. He's stuck in fifth right now, and if things get any worse, as we watch Claire DeLune move up into third place, if things get worse for Ryan, he would likely be stuck in that position. Race leader Ash Cornwell dives down into pit lane. He's got Brules and DeLune for company. So Drago now leads this race. Casper LeBoy staying out. Ryan Burton diving down into the pits. It's lap 4 of 12. And, you know, in practice here in the Philippines, we noticed whatever was going on with these handcuffs, the problem still persisted. This likely, by the way, will be the final season of an ERL category hosted in the 2023 version of Monoposto. That is to say, this will likely be the final drive for these ERL 01s as we watch Casper LeBoy lose second place to Antonio Ponte. And this is so far quite the send-off. We have had quite the good start. We've got 12 drivers coming into this race in contention for the championship. That's how close the first 9 races have been. It's been an unbelievably amazing season as Gabriela Barton bangs in the fastest first sector of anyone for Red Bull Racing. More than anything, this is going to be a brilliant race. Just to the end. And oh, that's Drago! Drago with a puncture! Casper LeBoy with a rear puncture as well! Barton getting a time penalty. Oh! Big slide involving both of the junior motorsports cars. The yellows aren't flying. The field bunching up, going down the straight. Multiple Hankook tires have blown up. Spiker with a time penalty as well. Look at how close everyone is. They're all getting backed up into each other. The 5 of Casper LeBoy's tires have just blown up, and it's a full course caution. And that's Burton and Nick Haymaker, both out of this race. Nick Haymaker, the rookie, is out. But big news for the championship. The man who came into this race leading the points as we're under the cautions now, Ryan Burton, will not finish the final round of the championship. Can you believe that? That is unbelievable. As we're back under the green flags, that marks another non-point score for the Goodhart Racing driver. Like, that is so many missed opportunities there as we're heading down to start lap 5 with all of the field. Now Christian Bentley leading this race from Antonio Ponte and Ash Cornwell. Well, the 20 going side by side with the 2311 driver. We go on board with the Trackhouse Racing man, who's confirmed to be taking that number 19 Hyperdrive Racing Champ Car away from Davi Carrera. He will be driving that next season, and that is confirmed to be the number 96 as well. Looking back with the 2311 man, and those softs, definitely the beneficial tyre to be on at this stage of the race. You certainly would like to have some better tyres on you, of course, tyres that lasted more, so potentially the mediums are the best to go for, as that's quite the lunge from Spiker to move up into 12th past Nora. Had some brilliant overtaking skills there as into the pits comes Christian Bentley. Antonio Ponte, the Italian driver, now leads this race. For Antonio, he is technically in the title battle. He's more of an outside shot. The main title contenders coming into this race that everyone was looking at were Burton, LeBeau, and Cornwell, of course. Those are the guys who, under a regular points format for this final race, would have been in title contention either way. That's close to the wall for Spiker as he drops down to 11th behind Sri Hariswar, a driver who so far this season has either been doing not much of note or has wrecked, shockingly enough. As there goes Moises Lima up into 18th position. We're at half race distance here in the Philippines. Antonio Ponte, the number 14, 2311 driver leading this race from Ash Cornwell and Christian Bentley. This round 10 of season 2 in the Formula G series from the Electric Racing League. You are watching Sparkplug Motorsport. I was about to say you're watching Sky, as we are watching Ash Cornwell running in second place. Brilliant stuff from the British driver so far in the second half of the season. He faced so much poor luck in the early phases as his teammate now with the fastest second sector of anybody. As soon as he was able to take that win in Austin, it almost seemed like a switch had flipped in that British driver's head that made him go, I can get this championship. And it's that type of mentality that we've seen so far. Antonio Ponte begins lap 7, holding the fastest lap of the race. Gabriela Barton for Red Bull Racing now runs in fourth as Cornwell has dived down into pit lane. 5 laps to go from the Philippines. As you can see, Drago on the back of the Red Bull driver who's just punched in the fastest third sector. Cornwell now coming out of the pits. Drago not making any sort of lunge, in fact losing time coming out of turn number 1. And if you are just joining us, you will know that the Champ Car World Series fan boost poll has ended. However, you won't know who has won that. So I understand this is the FG Series, but I will go through that quite quickly right now. And your fan boost winners are Daph Sanchez, Remy LeBeau, and Ash Cornwell, in fact. So for Cornwell, that's some good news to come into this race with. That's probably why he's found himself with so much pace and confidence. He knows he's got pace for his future in Champ Car so far this season. As you can see, the junior motorsport driver of Star moving up into 10th. That's a final points paying position today. That will give you 2 points for 10th, 50 points for a race win, and 36 points for second. That is the magic of a double points title decider. Cornwell moving up into 4th place, getting past Drago, whose soft tyres, well, they are well past their sell-by date, and you can say the same for Gabriela Barton's softs as well. That's going to be 3rd place for the British driver. If he can get the car stopped, he gets past the home Red Bull Racing driver. He now drops down to 4th. We expect Gabriel to come into the pits, as we've just seen Antonio Ponte do. The final few laps of this race are going to come down to tyre strategy, I'm sure. Cornwell with the fastest third sector of anybody, 22.899. That boy is flying right now. He is absolutely flying with 4 laps to go, as that's a slow-moving Nora. Full car puncture for the man who's now at the back of the pack. That's his race. Absolutely done and dusted, as Drago in that number 3 car coming out of pits in 7th position. Christian Bentley still leading this race. And you know, every single title contender so far this season has found themselves in minimum 2 incidents. I mean, you can ask Christian Bentley, you can ask Ash Cornwell, any of the drivers on this grid. They can name at least twice where they've had a wreck. Obviously, one of them would have to be Hong Kong. But now, we watch Ash Cornwell in that 20. He's 19 seconds off the lead. It's likely that we're going to see Bentley come down into pit lane one more time, hopefully 2 more times in fact. And now with Sri Harishwar setting the fastest opening sector of anybody, Bentley is coming down into the final corner here in the Philippines, and he dives down into the pits. We could see Antonio Ponte following in, and we do not. Antonio Ponte on lap 9 takes the lead of this Manila feature race from the FG Series second season. And now with just 3 laps to go, I don't see Cornwell making it to the end on his tyres, and Bentley's on the softs. I don't think they can do 3 laps. This is quite the gamble from Trackhouse Racing. They're doing 2 different things here with both of their drivers. And we've got a caution. That's Juan Villalobos. Ooh! Juan Villalobos out of this race on lap 9. He's hit the start-finish straight wall. We've got drivers coming down into the pits. And a full course yellow has come out on lap number 9. What a time for a caution. For a lot of the midfield drivers, that's going to be a breath of fresh air for them. Antonio Ponte, your race leader in that number 14 car. Hope to see the top 3 all into the pits one more time. In fact, everyone, I believe, has another stop to make as we're back under the green flags. And that 15 of Gabriel Labarton, it's looking a lot more like any car underneath them in the IndyCar Series. Of course, returned to the Electric Racing League this season with Red Bull. And now Ponte still in this race. His gap to Ash Cornwell is 9 seconds. We could see both drivers dive down into pit lane at the end of this lap. Ponte stays out. Bentley's now on the back of his teammate. Cornwell's got a good margin to Drago behind him. And as now we come through the final corners, that's a very, very tight turnaround for the two Trackhouse drivers there on lap 10 of 12. Ash Cornwell makes his final stop. Has he given away the championship with that one? Has he given it to 2311? Has he given it to his teammate? Again, we'll only know when the checkered flag falls. Claire de Lune rounds that final corner and moves up in 6th. Cornwell has come out in 4th. I told you had a good buffer to the guys behind him. He's the only man in the top 5 with fresh tyres, and they're fresh softs nonetheless. As his teammate makes his way through the chicane, Antonio Ponte leads. He's 6 seconds in front of the lead Trackhouse Racing man, and India's Drago is now 3rd as we watch the 2 Red Bulls on the back of Moises Lima. That's Gabriel Labarton looking for the pass. They both have attack mode. That's the launch for the 15 to move up into 6th place as we look back with Gabriel Labarton. Moises Lima in that number 2 Envision Racing car has done a very good job. He was running last at some points in this race, and now he sees himself in the top 10. And for Ponte, as he now leads, he's got a decision. 2311 Racing has a decision. Do they pull him in or do they keep him out? Do they keep him out? They are keeping him out. On the penultimate lap of this race, Antonio Ponte neglects coming into the pits one more time. And you can say the same for Christian Bentley and likely for Drago as well. These guys not pitting. They think they can make it to the end. I'm not too confident on that as they round the final few corners. I think Cornwell's going to be the only man in the top 5 who can make it to the end of this race. It's go time for the number 20. It is absolutely go time now. Cornwell going side by side, moving up into 3rd place, going past Drago, who has absolutely struggled and is done with his soft compound tyres coming out of turn 3. Antonio Ponte for 2311 Racing. He leads this race, but his mediums are absolutely battered. I don't think they can make it to the end of this lap, let alone this race. Christian Bentley, 4 seconds off the back of the Italian 2311 driver. The question is, can he make it to the end? Cornwell, absolutely flying right now. He's got the fastest opening sector and the fastest second sector coming up if he can string it together going down the straight as well. But for Antonio Ponte right now, he's being chased. The distance between Ponte and Bentley, 2 seconds between Ponte and Cornwell as the tyres go once again for Drago in the 3 car. 10 seconds is the margin between 3rd and 1st. Bentley closing in on Antonio Ponte. We begin the final lap of this FG Series season as that's a massive spin. Cosmas Medeiros out of the race. Punctures for Moises Lima for Claire de Lune. As now Cornwell coming across the line to start his final lap. What a way to begin this final lap in this incredible second season of the FG Series. We're still under the full course cautions here in the Philippines. And now Ponte, he's got punctures, he's got tyre problems too. Bentley is going to be right there to capitalise as Million Brules gets a time penalty. When are we going green again? Is the question. We're green. We're green. It's over for the 2311 number 14. But can Bentley take his softs to the end? Looking at the wheel, they're in single digits. He can't get them to the end. Cornwell is closing in. He's just gained 7 seconds in the span of mere seconds. Look at that, 4 seconds off the race lead, only 2 behind Antonio Ponte. He began this lap 10 seconds behind the 14. He's now second and chasing after his teammate, who's coming down that very long straight before the final real breaking point on this track. Christian Bentley, Ash Cornwell. Oh! It's a puncture! Going down the straight for the 19. 4 seconds the margin. Cornwell sets a fast the second sector. Coming into the W section, Cornwell takes the lead. He knows how to make an audience roar. Coming out of the penultimate corner in similar fashion as he did in Austin. Not only will he win the final race of the season, he'll win it as a champion. Ash Cornwell, your Season 2 FG Series champion. And it's going to be a 1-2 for Team Trackhouse as well. Bentley has not been caught by Red Bull's Gabriella Barton. It's not a win, but a second place secures a massive leap to second in the championship. What a double points finale we've had. Unbelievable scenes today here in the Philippines. I think that's half the field coming to line with a full car puncture as Spiker moves past his teammate. Brulez with the fastest lap, a 1:31.149. I believe that gives him an extra 2 points now due to the double points. But of course, there's that time penalty to take into account as well. And for Casper LeBeau, it's 13th for the Goodhart Racing man. 13th. Couldn't even take a point. That's terrible news. That drops both Goodhart drivers outside of the top 2 in points. What a chaotic end to this FG Series season. My oh my, absolutely fantastic. So yes, to confirm, Ash Cornwell, not only is he the race winner today due to that double points in score, and in fact, if it wasn't a double points finale, he would still be champion. It would just be 1 point. Instead, it's quite a lot larger than just that. As we watch Casper LeBeau come to the line in 13th. I'm just utterly shocked. The tyres blew up, and the Red Sea is parted for Ash Cornwell. Podium ceremony coming up next. And here is that podium, standing atop it all, your FG Series Season 2 champion, Ash Cornwell, for Trackhouse Racing, right behind him, his teammate as well. And third place, a brilliant third place for Red Bull Racing's Gabriella Barton as well as that. And just to run you through the rest of the standings, they will show up on your screen in just a moment as we continue looking at the podium ceremony. Tree Harriswar bagging a 4th place. It's his best finish of his career so far. Claire Balloon followed by his teammate Star, that is Ica World from Spiker. Million Brulez with the fastest lap. Antonio Ponte running out the point scoring. Thomas Holtz was 11th from Drago and Casper LeBeau. Then it's Magic, Moises Weiler, Tommy, Exverno, and Nora, with the other 4 not being able to make it to the checkered flag in Medicis, Villalobos, Haymaker, and Burton. What an absolutely shaken up finishing order from the grid as well. In terms of your driver's standings, Ash Cornwell, the only man in the 100 zone, and 110 points from his teammates Christian Bentley and Ryan Burton. Casper LeBeau is 4th, with Thomas Holtz making his way into his top 5. Antonio Conte 6th from Claire DeLune and Gabriella Barton. Then it's Moise Slimer and Nora, your top 10 in the driver's standings. As you can see, the rest of them, Nick Haymaker, the only man in single digits as well. Quite the shocking turnaround as we now take a look at the team standings. Trackhouse Racing, your Constructors champions. Goodhart 2nd from 2311 Racing, and Red Bull with Manor in 5th. Honestly, I have never seen a title decider come down to a last lap overtake like that in quite some time. You have to go back to season 18 in Formula E. And if you want to see more of that, make sure to subscribe. From all of us here at Spark Club Motorsport, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.